Okay, we're gonna continue where we left off from the last video. So let's take a look at what we did with our app so far. So if I press the button, okay, this takes us to second screen. The subtotal is 10. I think that's a hard-coded value. We want to change that. And this is the third screen, works as expected, but our whole app kind of looks ugly. Okay, so the first thing is that this is not inside of a scaffold. So the text overlapping the system navigation or something. So notification panel. So it's overlapping the notification panel. So one quick and easy way is to to put this inside of a scaffold. So let's go and put everything inside of the scaffold. So this is the main app, main composable that holds all the navos and everything. Okay, so the Cupcake app. All right, the Cupcake app takes the modifier. So we need to pass this modifier to the Navo host. So that will add that inner padding. So modifier. So just modifier. There you go. That should add some padding for the notification and navigation panel. Also, let's make the the thing is the flavor, the titles, capital letters. So it's in the summary screen. Let's say uppercase. For the second, let's go here and let's say I want to make this bold. So what's that for that? Let's see what parameters it expects. Okay, font size, font style, font weight. Maybe it's called font weight. So what does this expect? Font weight, bold. There we go. Also, let's add a little bit padding. Modifier. Padding top 8 dp. So I'm gonna copy this and also add it here. Make this horizontal. Now vertical. So that we get top and bottom. So there we go, selected. Select the thingies. Okay. All right. So there is some padding for the column. So let's give the column some padding. Modifier. Okay. use a horizontal i8 dp. There we go. Should do it. So next, let's build the top bar. So I'm just gonna copy the code for the top bar. I've already explained in one of my navigation component video, and it's gonna take a while to explain that again. So instead, let's just skip that part. So scaffold, it probably has a top bar, and there we go, top app bar title. So this top app bar has like colors, right? So let's add all the colors. Like, I don't know, like if we hover over it, we get some like top app bar defaults. Okay. So let's just go to the top app bar and copy the colors. Top app bar. Okay. Some headline, title large, examples. Okay, there we go. Colors. It's just using material theme color scheme, primary, whatever. So if you know material theme, you can understand it. All right, so the title, it's gonna be important. So the title contains the arrow and the name. Name of the root. So this is gonna be a while. So let's just copy from one of my other app. So let me go to my GitHub. So where was it? Okay, basic navigation. It was in the basic navigation. Okay. Row, vertical, column. So this is the one. I'm just gonna copy the icon button. Don't worry. Okay. So the icon. Import the icon. All right. So the now controller. Since it's at the top and the now controller is at the bottom, there's no way we can pass it to the top. So we need to bring this back. Okay, let's just make some space and copy this whole thing. Okay, careful. If we mess this up, it's gonna look ugly. Okay. So now get the now host, find, okay. So this is the entire now host. We're gonna cut and paste it. and we're just gonna use the we're gonna pass the inner padding to this. Okay, all right. So top app bar defaults opt-in. There we go. Scaffold. Let's delete this. We don't need this anymore. And then we're just gonna use the Cupcake app. So it doesn't take a modifier anymore. So let's just give it a default value. That way we don't have to use it. All right. So the nav controller, the button. So we have a button. So we have so we need to surround this with our row. Import the row. So the next thing we want is the name of the root. So name of the root. So let's try. We probably want to align it. Vertical alignment. Align centerment. There we go. Name of the root. We just need to find. We just need to use the name of the root. Okay, so if you watched my navigation component video, you'd know that there's a way we can get the name of the root. So first we need to get the backstack entry. So nav controller current backstack entry as state. So if we use by delegate, we can just use without using the dot value. So I'm gonna call this backstack entry. Okay, we don't need to use the by. Backstack entry as a, I believe, destination, and then it has a root. So this is the current root. So use the question operator, null operator, or whatever, because it's a nullable thingy. So this is the current root. Current screen. So it's gonna be like start, flavor, pickup, summary, right? These are the ones we used. So we can like so we can make our every enum instance of this Cupcake roots enum class have a title property by using like this and saying it's a string. So then we need to like pass in the title. We did that last time because everything was capital letters and we wanted letter root started with a capital letter and then small letter like this. So we can we don't need to do that now. So let's just use the current screen. So let's, if we hover over it, we found, okay, surround with null check. Okay, this is a start flavor pickup summary. So flavor pickup summary. So if you wanted to change the name of the enum classes, we can use the title. So if you then use it like that, so let's say title, and this is a string. So here, let's say select amount. This is a not optimal title screen name. Let's say select flavor. I wonder, these are the names they are using in the actual code. Select pickup date. So this is the order summary. So now we can't, if we use it like that, it just returns the the name we used to set up the roots. That's not good. So if we add the name, so if we add the string value of the name of an enum class, we can create an actual instance of enum class by just with that string. So first we need Cupcake roots, and then value of, and then we need to pass the current screen. So what if we start with null check? So this is going to be useful. This will create the Cupcake roots enum class instance. So what do we have here? Okay, let's copy and paste this. Okay, so this is, let's call this current screen. So what is this? Name shadowed current screen. I don't know what is this. Okay. Now let's use the current screen title. So this is an actual enum class instance, so we can call the title. So there you go. Select amount, select flavor, select pickup date, order summary. So next thing we want to do is prevent the user from going to the next screen if they haven't selected. So the hell are we supposed to do that? Also, we don't need to display this arrow. So let's start with that. Current nav controller probably has another method. What's it called? Okay, previous backstack entry. So it's called previous backstack entry. So let's assign this to some variable. Can navigate back. So let's see icon. So let's use that variable inside of if condition, if expression, if statement, whatever. So we did this previously in our navigation when I talked about navigation. So if there is a previous screen to go back, it returns other than null. If there is no previous screen to go back, it returns null. So okay, that should do it. So now okay, I didn't even select, oh, when I also copied this code. So I didn't show you how to add this, how to add how to make this arrow go back to the previous screen. So this is the code. We use the navigate up method from the nav controller that takes you back to the previous screen. So the next thing, obviously, we need to make the user not go back to the next screen. Okay, if we hover over the button, we can see there's enabled parameter or something. So by default, it's set to true. So if we set it to false, the button won't work anymore. So let's set it to false and see what happens. Enabled false. It's probably going to gray out. So how do we conditionally do this? So the value should depend on this value should depend on the selected variable. Currently it's empty, right? It's gonna hold the string of the the radio button. So it's gonna hold string like this. So we only want to enable it if it's not like that, if it's not empty string. Selected is not. I think this will probably work, right? Okay, there we go. We can click it when we select it. There we go. Grayed out. So in the final screen, summary screen, we have a column and subtotals formatted. Let's create two buttons. Let's also call this, let's use a column for this. Let's create a button. Okay. Text send to another app. Text cancel. Let's go back to our Cupcake screen and pass some parameters for those buttons. On send is let's call it unsend is clicked. And cancel is clicked. If on cancel is clicked, we need to go back to the start screen. So I'm gonna copy this. So we need to add this to the summary screen. On send button, send is clicked. Type expected. So that's the type. Oh, right, we need to use the units. Okay, cancel. Did we make a typo in that? Dude, cancel. Great. So when we click this, we need to run the unsend button is clicked. When we clicked in on cancel is clicked. These two buttons take the full width. So let's give the modifier full width, fill max width, and then let's also give it some padding. Horizontal 16 dp. We can also use align vertical arrangement, arrangement spaced by 8 dp. Now we just need to give each button fill max width. Okay, seems like all right. Send to another app, cancel. Make this outlined button outlined. Okay. To actually send to another app, we need to use intents. So we studied intents really, in depth for in the last few videos, right? So technically, it should be breeze. On send is clicked. Open Gmail. Send to Gmail. So let's create a send to Gmail function. Send to Gmail. So this takes in subject, which is a string, body, which is okay. Functions don't use this. Also, it needs context. Send to Gmail. Let's copy that. Okay. What is this garbage? Send to Gmail. Paste it. There we go. So to get the context, alright, so we probably don't have access to the subject body in the top of the screen. We have access to these variables inside of the summary. So for the subject, I want to say order summary. For the body, it's gonna be like this: quantity, flavor, text, all this. It's gonna be in the string format. So let's go to summary screen, and here let's outside of everything, let's create this. So the context, where can we get the context? Can we get the context here? Since it's a composable, I believe, damn it, what happened? Okay, let's get the context. We should be able to get the context easily. Local context, current. Okay, there we go. We got the context. So when we click the button, instead of on click, all this garbage, send to Gmail, subject, something like that. Okay, context. So we have everything to send, to create an implicit intent. So let's create an intent object. Intent. For the action, we're going to use the send intent action shall send. We're going to use the apply higher or harder function or something. I don't know what that is called. So put extra. Intent. Get out of there, man. What is this? Extra subject. So where's the extra subject? Extra text, extra subject, extra, where is it? Extra text. I thought we had extra subject, right? Subject, okay, extra subject. We're gonna pass the subject. Put extra intent, extra text. So we're gonna pass the body. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Needs to find Gmail app. That's all the Gmail app requires. Let's also create let's also force the Android system to display the dialog to choose apps. We can create that using the intent create chooser. So this expects intent first of all. Alright, so outside of it, and then we need to provide some text open with. Let's call this chooser. So this returns an intent object as well. So context and start activity intent. I guess that's pretty much it. So we need to provide actually this for the subject. Let's create some variables. So wall subject cupcake order summary. So everywhere we use strings, we want to use the string resources. But I'm not going to use that because it's annoying, exhausting. For the body, let's say I'm going to use this. We can freely use new lines instead of this. Quantity. Let's say quantity. For the quantity, we want to use the order of cupcakes. Flavor. Cupcake UI state. And then pick up date. Pick up date. Cupcake date. And then sub total. Cupcake UI state. Price. No, we need, okay, why did I click that? I didn't even, so let's go back to the, I didn't pass any of that. So let's pass that subject. For the body, let's say body. Okay, that should do it. So we have some errors down here. Where is it? Cupcake screen. So we got some errors, but okay, summary screen. Send to Gmail. And send is clicked. Let's remove that. We don't need that anymore because we created that inside of this. Okay, there we go. Send to an app. Looks like it couldn't find any app. Activity not found exception. So what are we missing? So we have the intent, extra subject. We probably want to put the type. So just anything really. The Gmail app uses text/plain, I think. There we go. Gmail. Cupcake order summary, quantity, flavor, coffee, pickup date. Boom, everything's working as expected. But the subtotal is not working correctly. In the selected options, we have the, where is it? Formatted output. So we take subtotals. So we're explicitly passing 10, which is not good. Let's use Cupcake, ViewModel, and UI state. Value, then price. Required string found int. Set forward should not be called within composition. Okay, let's get the UI state somewhere. So like here, let's call it UI Cupcake UI state. So what are we supposed to use? So UI state, probably like as collect as state. Okay, this would do it. So the value Cupcake UI state value. So let's rename it. All we need is price, right? So let's say subtotal. Then we can just pass in the value for the subtotal and convert that to string. Subtotal to string. So if we pick one cupcake, it should be 2. If we pick 6, it's 12. Vanilla. So if we pick today as the pickup date, it should increase. If there we go. This is not cool. Every time we click the today pickup, it's running. So every time we click, it increases. So that's a bug. I don't have time to fix. Not cool. Send to another app. Okay, let me try to fix that bug. If we go to the our options, select options screen, I want to only run it when the selected thingy is empty. So whenever, if it's some string, if it adds some string, I don't want to call the this function unselected. So if selected is empty, empty string. That's the only time I want to call it, else I don't want to call that. Okay, there we go. Wait a minute. So this is the price of the, so when we click it on selected, this function is never run. So why is this function not running? So let's select the 16. So technically this should increase. Okay, I get it. So when we click it, this line of code will run, and it's gonna set to some string, and the selected will have some string, and this line of code is never run. So probably we want to cut and paste it here. Then we can't set it anymore, right? We can, so when we set it, that's the only time. So we always want to select it. So if I put it inside of the if block, so when we select that, selected variable is gonna hold a value, and then this if block will never run. Okay, I think I figured it out. So if we go to the function that calculates the price when we pick the date, so this is the one, right? So we want to actually recalculate the amount of total amount of cupcakes every time, and then add it at the same same day pickup price. So here we just less cupcake. So if we get the quantity and then multiply it by the cupcake price per cupcake, and then same day pickup, so every time we will calculate the quantity of the we're gonna calculate this, right? Every time we're gonna multiply it by the price and the same day pickup. So it's not gonna add to the previous values. So let's get rid of all this. So we're just gonna recalculate it every time. So vanilla. So there we go. Okay. So if we select the, so where is the Cupcake ViewModel? We also want to like this gonna run one time and then it's gonna update the price. So every time we click others, we want to do the same thing. Cupcake. So to the price, now we just do this, copy this and paste it. Not the brightest solution, but it works. That's all it matters. Oh, it's not working anymore. So why is that? Alright, so we want to put this in a else case. So it's gonna run the if and then it will run this, so it would set back to, you know, like it never happened. Okay, there we go. If it doesn't work, I'm quitting Android development. Alright, there we go. We did it. We did it. Took a long time, but we finally did it. This is it for today. We created a rather complex looking yet simple app. So our app doesn't have padding and it doesn't have the right font sizes, but functionally it works. So we are recalculating, like so there are some redundant code then where we are recalculating some of the things we already know. For example here, right? So the set quantity price, we do that every time. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll see you in the next video.